Hey guys, Dylan from the Geek Duo here, and today I'll be bringing you part 25 of my Stoneblock 4 playthrough. Now, I've done what I said I was going to overnight, and I've gotten this one up a little over what we needed. Same with this one, it's got almost a full stack backlog. But the issue is, ignore that. Let's turn this on. I've got this running at 50 millibuckets a tick. And coolant's fine. Coolant from there is fine. Going up, doing 3.7 million FE a tick. The problem is, if we go to the world engine and look at this, it's pulling out 15 million. So we're going down very quickly. Because if we go back home, the only way for me to keep up with the amount of water that 50 millibuckets a tick requires was to add a bunch more pipes. This one's disconnected because it wasn't needed, but I need at least 7 of these mechanical ones at full energy and 24 or 32 speed to be able to actually keep up with the water requirement, because this does not produce water at anywhere near the rate we need, even with the extra saturation things. And it also produces a fifth of the power that we need. So I've only got this running up to a point where we no longer needed it. Over here, this did actually automate the exact way that I thought it would. In that, I've just got a wireless pumping into a pattern provider. Pattern provider's got the plutonium dust, which is the uranium and fluxite. It's got the overcharged crystal, which is the fluxite and the empowered restonia. We do still need to automate that. And it's got this, which we do actually need an antimatter pellet to finalize. Yeah. But this is the output chest. It's basically just saying, hey, when these are done, input the final product into the system. And I'll jump around over here. This side, which is the one that also outputs, it's got fluxite here, neutron here. They get pulled out of the drawer into this chest. This chest then feeds it into the particle accelerator. When it's done, the particle accelerator feeds the output into here, which then gets sucked into the main inventory. And over here, we have the other half of the thing. We've got 2 that require fluxite, and 1 that requires the neutron. So these 2 require fluxite, and this one requires neutron. That's why there's 3 over here, and only 2 over here. But if I were to say, hey, make me some plutonium dust, just go with 1 of those. Starts going round. You'll see that that's been put into there because it got sucked out of there into there. Still gotta wait for it to actually pick up speed. That's the only issue, but there we go. And it immediately got sent back into the thing. Cool. So this was actually incredibly simple to automate. And we see that we're going to be using that. But one thing I did forget to do is I may or may not have forgotten that the 52 crafts of SPS casings that we need, each of those require 4 HDP sheets. So the HDPE, we've got 7, so that's almost enough for 2. So that means we need, what, 201? Yeah. So let's just go 201. I don't have these, augmented. Now let's go energy. There are 2 things there, so let's go 48. Oh wait, these are the energy ones, so we need another 16 of those. There. Again, let's empty all the crap out of my inventory. And then we need speed. Sometimes I do forget about the whole... You can do it in, like, quarter, half, and full stacks. Apparently, the energy is not enough. So why aren't you... There we go. You're good, apparently, but... Now let's go with more speed. So that was what, 3? So you. Let's go 16 each, so... Then we'll go another 8. So we already had 8. We need to up the energy. And energy. That's the case, and let's just go like that. It's gonna make the thingo alloy and then that. Oops. You're still not apparently not pulling out enough power. Do I have a dump excess? Cool. I just gotta wait for those all to actually go back into the system. Okay. 52. Go down here, go over to this one. 40, and then 3 of the ports. Need 3 of those. Yep, and then we need this one. Again, I really should have made these energy tablets as a autocraft. There we go. So that should be everything. And there's also the... Why'd it give me more? Okay. It's weird. So. We can go salt or hydrogen chloride to turn 1 plutonium into reprocessed fissile fuel, which one of those gets 2,000 millibucks. This isn't the bottleneck though. The bottleneck is the power. Fueled by deuterium and tritium, or a mixture of both, it is capable of producing vast amounts of power and or heat for relatively little upkeep. Both fuel components are produced using just water and energy. It requires an unhealthy amount of post-fission material to create, both to justify its level of power and contain it. This requires the fusion reactor, which is... Okay, so each of those requires 4 more of those. Okay, that's easy. You require 4 each, that's standard. So 2 crafts, 4 crafts, 9 crafts, so 13 total. That's fine. That's easy. And the whole RAM, which we have the autocraft for. To build the fusion reactor, place 3 5x5 squares of building materials that connect with each other at their midpoint. Replace the corners of the square with fusion reactor casings. Then add 4 casings around the midpoint. So then replace the top midpoint with the fusion reactor controller, and all other remaining building blocks can be replaced with reactor glass ports or laser focus matrix. To start the reactor, a small amount of DT fuel used in a hull RAM will be needed inside the controller, with fuel supplied to the reactor. A disabled laser amplifier will then need to collect energy from other lasers before firing a single beam containing 400 million FE or more into the laser focus matrix on the reactor. From here, energy, steam, or heat can be extracted from the fusion reactor set to output mode. Aha. Yeah, so this does not do a good job at explaining this structure. I guess. Anyway, let's build this. This one doesn't tell you how to build it. So that's just a... yeah, 5x5x5. Connected on the diagonals. Yeah. With port on the front, port on the back, port on the bottom, laser thing, or the supercharged coil on the bottom injector. That's easy. And then the structure glass around it. So that. Right? That already feels wrong. Well, it wasn't wrong per se, it also wasn't entirely right. Oops. Then it's 3, 5. Technically 5, but we've got the thing in the middle. 5, 3. I didn't build this high enough. Need this one. Actually, no, this one was the right one. Where'd I put it? There. Got a space at the front, space at the back, space on one of each side. Yep, that works. You go like that. And remember that even though they don't say spawnable when they are actually fully built, they are still spawnable blocks. I've actually run this thing pretty empty. So we'll re-up that. I don't think I have enough of these. No. Why wouldn't it have given me enough to actually build it? Wait, that's not right. It gave me enough of these. Ah, right, because half of these are already done. Go, and we'll put a torch right in the middle. There. And also give me another torch. There. Okay. So I'm guessing power in from the bottom. Do you, you don't seem to change. Input, output. Huh. Maybe it's because I have that. It was because I had that. If that's the case, then we won't have front and back, we'll have left and right. That needs polonium. Give me a chemical tank. That can go there, and for now we'll just disable that. Here, chuck you back on. It'll run us down a lot on power, but oh well. Also, what was that, it was a chemical drive, yeah? Chemical storage cell. That was fine. Wait, what? I thought it needed... I swear this needed, actual stuff we already had from here to be able to store it. That's why I didn't make it. Also, I haven't done the update that came out this morning, so... I'm gonna want to go... My regular hammer. Ah, I can do one block with this. Ah, no. I don't need stone. I was just mining with Silk Touch. Give me a... Lux. Not that. You. Bypass limit of Draconic. Now, if I remember correctly, this requires a lot of power. How we going? Why aren't you? Alright, it'll do a batch. Keep trying to do that. And it never works. Chemical polonium. Chemical tank. Why no input? Hmm. Got input coming from everywhere. Chemical. Chemical. Stop doing that. Fine. Give me a tank. This shouldn't work, but... Yeah, see? Doesn't work. So why are you not? Hmm. I had a similar issue when I was trying to extract, hydrogen from here. Because I needed plates. Sometimes it just needs a restart. Because I really don't want to have to run a cable all the way over there. Fine. On the blasted cable. Uh-huh. We've run out of power. No wonder we've run out of fucking... Hmm. That's our power. It's over on that side. Why is all of the power generation so shit in this? Like, that's the only issue I'm having, is I have no power. Yeah, disconnect all of these. Anything else I can disconnect? For now, you. Still not powered. What's drawing all the power? It's disabled everything. You're not active. X31 Z negative. My bloody pumps. Why are you still running? You, fuck off. Do I have literally anything else? You at 3-3. Oh, why is that drawing power? Wait, no, that's not it. 3-3. Yo, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Something directly under here. Seven negative 30. I don't have anything in 3-3. Do I? Three. That's this wall here. I don't know. And the final one was 7 negative 30. That's this one right here. Disable that. There should be no energy draw from my system. So if we switch you over, be the only thing $7.11 in this row. Really just turned you off. Here, down. Actually, it's none of these. What about the one that's at, 128? Why is that not pulling in anything? Why is it not pulling in anything? Hmm. Got this. You should be... Why are you not auto-crafting the... That's fair. That is completely fair. I, forgot to fix that up when I was, reorganizing all of that into drawers. Actually, the easier way to do that would be to turn that... Mr. Blocky... There. To turn that to go for the single ones, but no. We want to give uranium, make a block, chuck that into just here. And we also want to go Okay, that's weird. Now if we go into here, that's just going up. The problem is, to actually make the stuff needed, like I've got 9 of these, well 10 in total, of these nitro batteries. We go back to the world engine. There's a nitro cell right here. Like I've now got 24 billion. But if I go into plug, I can't then just... Apparently I can. It's going down. Then it's going down, but it's going down. Would be nice if this could be sped up. So it went down in bulk and then it just... Hmm. It says 2 million a tick. So it should be going down 2 million a tick. Not whatever that is. So what if I instead were to give me this extract into here. That is actually going down consistently now, at least. Because that one's not the best, but... Whatever happened to my bigger ones? Ah, there. And we're back down to the staggered. It's weird. I don't understand why it's like that. Like it's got a cap, but it doesn't respect its own cap. Anyway, let's go. Need to turn all my machines back on. This energy cell is going to run out pretty quickly. Can't even see it from this side. Yeah, it's already basically out. Point. The problem is I need to, babysit this. What do we want? So it's 38 each, so we want 3, that's 96, wait, yeah. 3 by 38 is 90 plus 24. So that's 114. Not quite sure what I meant by that. What do you mean you errored? Didn't actually error, but... Surprisingly, this one didn't stuff it up. Because the last time I was making these, it kept putting the one piece of platinum needed in here. Despite this being completely blacklisted, it would put the 8... It would try to do multiple crafts at the same time, so it'd put all the reactor stuff in here, and 8 iron, and then shove the platinum down here, and then obviously that wouldn't work. So the whole thing would stuff up. What are we up to now? Starting to make the things. Anyway, while that's going, give me, at least the blue ones of these. Oops. So I did need those. No, give me a second craft just in case. Forgot to put that as 2. Oh well, let's go back home for now. That was a lot. Yeah, that's not surprising. Well, at least it can picked up where it left off. I was correct about it needing a lot of power. And we go with antimatter. How much was it per 1,000? We really are just gonna have to wait for these to finish before we can do anything. I want to know why this is here. It is not on it here with at least this. This one... Even this, hydrogen. Like, that is a lot better than the... what's it called? Than... 1, 2, 3. So this is 163,000. This is 20,000. And the ethene we've got coming from over here. But that was at how much a tick? 8,000 a tick. Whereas this is immediately just straight 20,000. This is 8,000 for 20 ticks. So in the same time, in 1 second, we'd have 20 times this. Which is 20480. 20480 times 20. 409,600. And divide that by 163,840. 2.5 times this. And we've got a whole bunch of hydrogen. It's just pumping it around that is the issue. Hey, we got we can build one. I don't have the money for the dragon heads. Do I? Got 67. Dragon head was 95. Okay. You're on, yeah. Oh, waiting for the thingos to go. We'll just do this a couple times. He's gonna last for a long time. At least he's not actually hurting us. Ah, we've gone under the 5 hearts. finally died. And we finally got the skeleton one as well. Right now we're just waiting on creepers and I think spiders? Oh right, they auto-claim now. And that was enough for one dragon head, yeah? Okay. That's at the worm, right? You're at fourth down on the final block. 1, 2, 3, 4. Need an extractor. Why have you stopped? Hmm. So that one we need there. Give me 24 more. See, that's what I was talking about. It's incredibly stupid. Just give me cobble to act as building blocks. One goes there. This one goes out too. Anyway, extractor. Give me... Don't have any kiwi. Which one's that in? It is this one. Okay, what was kiwi? It was, Skystone. May actually set up a, can do 3 at a time, since I don't have the liquid. Okay, fine, let's go back home, we'll do it there. Gonna have to recatalyze it. Give me an ender pearl. Look, didn't I... What happened to the last batch of this? Got sucked into here, didn't it? Give me, extractor. Gonna want 3 of those. How do I set this one up? Water on one side, lava on the other. Alright, this was where I did have the, it's called. You there. You there. Draw. Cool. Anyway, back to the world engine. You go that. 2 drawers. You would go like that. Can't actually take one of you, so yeah. Glass bottle there. You go there. You go here. There. Do need to do the, what's it called? The block thing. Give me a log. My last log. Should have just grabbed the copper while I was in there. And give me a grain. Give me a pusher. And a puller. And I'm pretty sure mechanical pipe is for liquids. Yep. So you go there. We want pull from, let's just go relative of left. And here we want push relative east. So front. There we go. Go like that. And like that. There's my configurator there. There we go. We've just added another third of our power. Still not going to be enough. Where were you all in there? Okay. Might help if I also, I really should just make this a, what's it called? How am I missing Blaze? Because I've got a Blaze Rod Chicken, not a, I don't have a patented. See, that's the issue with turning all of those into basic drawers. But also, I'm pretty sure that That comes from not having the drawers downstairs anymore. Give me my plug. You are a reactor. Bypass limit. Reactor. Bypass limit. Yeah, that'll go down massively once these are running normally, but... Okay. So you're going up by 1.8 a tick. And the... Go antimatter. Oops, no. Do you say what you were? No. See, this says it's only 100... Oh, that's 100 million FE a tick. Let's actually... Let's pump you directly into a new network of antimatter. It can be this weird fleshy color. Where is it there? This is going to set off the, Now we'll keep 2. We'll keep 2 as our, reactor. These ones can all be antimatter. This is probably going to take us below what we can handle. Oh no, that's still good. Let's go home. Change you to antimatter. So you're on your own dedicated network. Oh, it was that one, not... Okay, cool. And then you get pumped into chemical crystallizer. How many did you need? You need 10, with a neutronium chicken, you need 10 buckets of antimatter. And a whole bunch of power. This in and of itself requires 2 antimatter. That was the chemical crystallizer. That's the only one that I think may be an issue. So I don't think I have this outputting. Oh no, I do. Cool. Why do I want this? The pressurized. I want you to have power, so put you onto the antimatter network as well. And how much polonium was needed for one bucket? One bucket equals one. Uh-huh. Cool. Right. So we need to find a way to... Why are you out of water? So we need to set up a better way to get energy. Make that. Make that. Energy port and redstone port. Each port can output up to 25,000 a tick. So really just have a line of them and pump them all into energy cables. Okay, and that requires a reactor wall. That requires a reactor wall each. Hmm. Okay. So basically do the checkerboard with rods and absorbers. And then hmm. I don't see why we need that if we can just use these. And needs to be made of rectangular walls where the frame is max size 64 per direction. Needs to be identical in the y-axis. Five by 5 to cool it down, so do 5 thingos and then 4 coolant. Go with passive. Huh. So I shouldn't need the issue with this is just make another assembler just so I don't have to deal with the plates. I do find it funny how they changed the recipe. Okay, let's go with that. Give me 3 machine cores. There, backwards. So, it said, you want 16 of those. So you do 3 each, so that's gonna be 6 crafts. 6 steel, 6 nickel. And then over these. We're gonna need more than that, but now we'll just do this. And now we're gonna want, for the fuel pods, we're gonna need 5 of those. These are some weird crafts. Really? Yeah, so 5 of those. Where do I want to put this? Now let's just... Why'd I do that? That should be a 7x7. Yep. Seven. Yep. Cool. Then you'd be going there. It'll have one on top. We need another 9 in there. You need to go on the top, so... There. You're gonna need 15 of the rods. Let's just go with these ones, I guess. So 15 of those, that's 30 of those, which means that's 60 of these. I do wonder how shit this small one's gonna be. Because now I can actually... Get in there. Wait. Oh, you're a processing pattern. Oh yeah, you go in the assembler. So I needed you anyway. Give me a smart cable. Give me a pattern. So that can go in there. 120 of those. 60 of those. There. Another thing we're going to want the... No. That one. Oops. Not that. That. They're a lot easier to make, so... So for that one we need 45 of those. So we should now be able to... Neutron... But I need an interface. And an item. Cool. So that's just a matter of time. Do the... What to the watch I had on this side? So 1, 2, 3, 4. Should be there. And I could put on a couple speed add-ons. Then we go 30 of those. And then make 15 of those. Okay. We got 9 there. What were the other ports that it need? So this is active cooling. Of ice, blue, or packed ice. Doesn't show us what the... But I can't make that anyway because I don't have any ice. I'd need to set up a extractor for that. And then we want the... Remove heat from the hottest neighboring component, fuel rods or heat pipes, and vent it out of the reactor. The amount of heat removed is based on the temperature of the neighboring component. Hotter components will result in more heat removed. They take heat from the fuel rods and spread it amongst the heat vents. So... This says it takes from the rods. This says it takes from the rods. So why do I need this? Should just be able to make 12 of these. Give me my 9, Where are they? There. None of those. We got that. The energy and redstone. That requires 1. That requires 1. And we're going to want... Probably just going to make 9 of these. 3 for each side. Yeah, we'll make 2 of those. One is like an detection, one is like the reactivation. That doesn't look right. Hmm. Oh well. 8. Need to go like that. So 100, 200, 225. A tick. You know what? Screw it. Let's just make the full wall out of them. So that's another, what, 18? There. Oh. You suck. Can I... Well, that works. I need 3, 12, then, yeah. 12, and then 24. Right? No. 5, 10, 16, so 20, 32. That. We got to take into account the fact that I hadn't finished the front side yet. Have I done this correctly? Hmm. It doesn't look like it's, done the full thing. Dang it. Actually, again, I do need this to go up a couple more. Wonder if I should have put efficiency on this hammer. I mean, I still could. So what we're going to want is, what's it called? Um, Interfaces. Change you to insert. Give me an interface. You on extract. Round robin. Can it connect straight to a wireless? No, it does need a cable. My wireless card there. Give me my label maker. You are Ori Nuclear. This one. In here. Does it... Can it use the pellets? That's the question. Let's go with Protec nuclear reactor. Does say pellets. Also, based off of that diagram, these need to be like this. Oops. May actually want to go out one more just so I can move around. And I can just fly up if I need to. It does say pellets. Ah, these are pellets though. Doesn't say whether the small pellets work. Hmm. That is an issue. None of these designs have the heat pipes next to the next to the rods. Like the vents. Hmm. Oh, that one does. We'll try with the small pellets first. Like that, chuck in a crafting card. Also need to make a I'm actually gonna disable the what's it called? Where is it? That one. Just so we don't have it continuously running. Okay, so that doesn't work, but the pellets do. It's not exactly round robin. Okay. Cool. Try that again, shall we? Let us then go have you cap it, and then only 8 I need. No, it was 12. Because I said cap it. Might help if I actually did it the way that I was going to instead of, you know, not. Does this work? I hate this thing. Okay, so that doesn't work either. Hmm. Hmm. So that doesn't work. How do I make ice? That must be my chest. Yep. Um. Want the extractor. How do you make more ice? Blue ice. Gotta be an easier way to make ice then. See, chiller. What else can you do? Steam into snow, lava into obsidian. Water into ice. Always missing a cauldron. You're not gonna work there. Give me water eggs. One bucket into 3. It's okay, we only have to do this, what, 27 times? Because it's 3 for 9, and 9 gets me 1 pack dice, and 9 pack dice gets me... I'll make the tier 2 one. Put a tier 2 one on everything else, so... a bit faster. Why did I do that? If I were to go like that, change you out for a water egg. Didn't think that would work. For the same reason that I have to have a clicker here. Okay. See, it looks like it's working. Give me the... Now I can't go down there because that's taken up. Honestly, this, the step assist is getting in my way more often than it's helping. I suppose I could actually just... Because I do have that coming in from the... Okay. Why is that not working? Maybe because you have to actually call it, Dylan. It's not an interface, it's a pattern. Okay. So how much ice did I say we need? Um, 27 crafts of it to make the 91. We've got 33, so that's 58. It's not 91, it's 81. Where did I get 91 from? Anyway, so that's only 48. I give you... Okay. Anything I can get rid of that. That for now. Check those back in there so I next need them. Source wand. Heart. Speaking of hearts, what was I up to? Was the green ones, wasn't it? Or was it the blue? Green ones. I need the shulker shells. Right. Well, I was gonna say, well, I have this guy, so I could just get the shulker shells, but no, if I put him down, he'll go back to being just a regular guy. Anyway, we want this. Guess we'll go here. Give me an extractor. Give me, draw. Why are you not, oh. Four seconds. Okay, that's not too bad. Huh. Interesting. Anyway, we are gonna need you to be pumped into the... Okay. They can't be tick accelerated. That is rather annoying. Anyway, that. Rid of those. That. I want to lock that. Need, 5 of these. That's surprising. Just like that. Was it directly under, or did I have it go up one more? Hmm. How am I gonna do that? Obviously, I'm not going to be able to run this for long today. This is purely just to see if it'll immediately overheat again. But even if it does immediately overheat, It's the fact that I can just use the... what's it called? Blue ice. When I get that, generated enough. It means I may want to make more extractors and just having a whole room of making ice. Gotta grab that. See, I want to turn the bee off because most of the stuff it gives me is useless. But then occasionally it gives me, what's it called? What is it called? The nitro cells. Or it gives me, dark matter. And I don't really want to turn those off because those are incredibly useful. The nitro batteries less so, because it's got that weird... It says it can export this amount, but it won't. That's the thing, I don't, have any more chromium. Saying those are faced inwards. But ice, why are you not, don't forget to set you to round robin. Forget to set you to extract? Yes. Hmm. I can re-implement this in the hole. Give me just a stack of that, I guess. That's going off somewhere. That way, I think. Yes, that's not really going to be able to run off of 2. Why is it not? Have you any dust? Hmm. Let's get out plutonium dust. One uranium dust and 1 fluxite. If we go all the way up to here, the uranium dust, 1 uranium ingot. So where did they go? One we need to switch these back over to. That's not going to be able to run off of just 2 of these, much as I would like it to. It needs at least 4. Maybe even more, now that I think about it. Take that out. Make one of you. Says to craft, yes. What does this need? 2500, so. I think that was the 2500 one. Yes. How much was that? Because it had built up before. Wait for that to get to 2500. Be quicker to check with this one. Previous collision was at 6. They're all keeping power. Oh. Still keeping power. This is still doing good. Put it on the back one. The back one's probably the issue. We'll let this run. We'll be back in a sec. Grab a bite to eat. How many are we up to now? Again, let's get rid of that, just while we're testing. Let's get rid of this one. And we'll go one of those. Cool. That's not going to work. Let me change that to blue ice. $218. Am I gonna have to switch this around to being 5 cooling and where'd I get all that stone from? Want you. That one. Well, at least got one. Should I have checked it with packed ice? Probably, but oh well. Oops. 2 there. 2 there. Oh. And that was with only one. Yeah, I know I'm using plutonium and I could be using uranium. But plutonium is a lot easier for me to make than this. Because this requires getting the gems, which requires... I guess it's the same. No, this is twice as much uranium. Those. Another 3 of these. Let's try it inverted. I really don't think this is going to be much different. I also do know that I'm using the strongest of these. But I've got no other way to cool this, so you'd think this would have to work. Considering these are... what was it that... Again, we'll take you out. Sure, that time it gives me 1. The one time I actually wanted to give me 2. Fine, I'll do that. I don't know why these can't be tick accelerated. I don't know why it decided to do that. Maybe I should put compacting drawers instead. Yeah, that might actually be better. Um... You don't have anything in you, so why... that reading this as... Here we lock, here we unlock. Out. Oh. So that's done. There's no point in even trying this with packed ice, because the other one didn't work with blue ice. There's no way this would work. Am I going to have to go with the fusion reactor? Because I don't know. Go with DT fuel. This in a chemical infuser with deuterium. Deuterium is an electrolytic separator of heavy water. Heavy water wasn't actually that bad, it was just a filter upgrade in a pump. That's doable. And then the tritium is lithium through the neutron activator. I've got to do the fucking lithium setup. Lithium comes from the chemical oxidizer of lithium dust. Lithium dust comes from... lithium. I've got to do the thermal evaporator towers. So we're going to make one of these to evaporate brine, water into brine. Brine then gets turned into water, not water, into lithium by pumping it again through another one of these. So we've got to make 2 lots of everything here. To then get the lithium to turn that into lithium dust. Well, actually, no, we just need the lithium itself to be then pumped through this whole thing again. With more of this. Remember, this is how quickly we're getting one of those nuggets. And it is, now that's not quite right, because that's only showing the fluid, it's not actually showing how much of the neutron it is. It's the same with the polonium. That's showing 10 to 2. Maybe that was correct. We don't have any in there. How much antimatter did we get? Alright, that got capped off because we didn't have any of the polonium. have 6 of that. We want round robin extract. So we want to turn that off until these are all set up. Insert. Let's see. Can I make that? Can I make Eclipse alloy? It's netherite. Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. How do we make the time fluid? Um, okay. Anyway, that was just time crystals in the polymorphic. Why don't we just set up... Do I have blaze gold? Also... Let's just go 1 block for now. Oh, it is still running. Cool. This might take a lot out of it though. I only got 4. That's pretty shit house. Anyway, time wand. I'll just do the setup over here again. Since I have this. Give me my polymorphic. Already got that on me. I have it at 8. How do I, these are all at the same. How do I use... Yeah, it just can't be used on the extractors. Oh well, we've now got a second form of acceleration. How much ice do we have now? I don't think those all have anything in them. Two there, two there, two there, two there, and two there. Cool. Polonium. Actually, they should give it 2 each. Two, 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 and two. Cool. Thing just doesn't fucking work. Right. That was a waste of time. Maybe I just gotta not build it like the, like I'm doing the big reactors or things like that. Maybe it is just as simple as, for some reason I lose these if I break them. Why did that one not activate? Maybe it is just a matter of, like that. Do I have? Just so happen to have 4 left. Cool. Maybe I just do this. Have 1 rod. Set round robin, extract. Put the control panel back in the system, didn't I? I do want to get another 2 blue ice if I can. Doubt it, but... You're not... Whatever. Well, it took a lot longer than previously. Do these only work adjacent? From all neighboring. And then if we go with this... So, what if we... Instead... Why am I not... Have it go like this? You know what I mean by I lose them if I don't take them out? Oops. I don't actually need the thing for those. almost worked. I don't know if it just ran out of ice or if, because it was staying at a consistent temperature and then all of a sudden it started ramping up, so so that may have been enough. Thing is that all of the diagrams that I've seen, they actually have these vents inside. So what are the cooling heat pipes capped with if it's not the vents? You'd think the vents would have to be the external, because that's what a vent is. We're not going to have time to accumulate enough blue ice today. We've already gone over. So I'm going to do some testing of this tonight, if I remember. And if I can get it to work, then I can get it to work. Oops. Well, for one, we don't want that in. Two, that's meant to be facing out. If we can get this to work in a small version, then we can get it to work in a large version, running the same thing. Really doesn't look like it should work, but it does multi-block when I put the thing in. Yeah, because that burned through the full... No, wait, no it didn't. I broke the thing, so I lost them all. It does multi-block, even though it doesn't look like it should. We at least got antimatter production started. All of this is because we can't generate enough power to actually run this at a level that this can keep up. So I need to have these on a separate system to what this is, so that these are doing their own power. The same way I wanted this. Oh, could do that. Take you, so that it's only running when this is running. That works. And we actually take you down back to 20. Was it 25? I think it was. Take you to run. Might help if I actually turn these back on. Kind of power. No, because it needs to be running at full, otherwise it doesn't keep up. I'll mess around with some things tonight, see if we can get anything working. And if I can, then good. We'll start off the next episode, hopefully with an antimatter in here. And if not, well, we'll have to go with the fusion reactor tomorrow. This one quest has taken 3 streams. The whole rest of this chapter took less than that. Including moving from this into this. So, yeah. Hey, they actually put the dark matter block in the quest now. Cool. But, yeah. Because we can't do this until we've done this. Pretty much everything that we want to do now is gated behind this. The last few chickens, gated behind this. Because we need the neutronium one twice to then turn one into antimatter and one into this. To get the whatever the final cow is, we need an antimatter. Whatever the final... I don't actually know if it's in here or if it's in another tier. To progress the story, we need this. One. That doesn't actually tell me. I've seen people check what each world engine upgrade does. Usually it's 5. You can't really get to it without doing the prior ones. But other times it's not. All the Avaricious stuff is locked behind it, obviously. Because that's the end game. The ultimate tier installer. Don't really... All of them as basic factories have been fine, so... This requires all of them. Yeah, because it needs that. But that requires it. And it's Avaricia. Avaricia... What are you? The Vigabo doesn't. We still need to get into all of the magic mods. Of which I have no idea what to do. The Neutronium Compressor, Avaricia, to get the singularities and everything. The Ender's Pearl, Avaricia. The Mark III Energy Collector. We haven't even gotten into replication. And it's meatballs, obviously. Yeah, pretty much everything is locked behind either mod I haven't started yet, or it's locked behind this next craft. There. We can actually make the gold pearls to get into like basically max out our stats on our armor and all that. I don't know apotheosis that much. I do need to automate Promethium, which means I do need to automate the Restonia. I don't know how to do that. Yeah, I don't know how to do that. But everything is locked behind this one thing. And that is locked behind power. So, I'm going to do my own thing, try and figure it out, and I'll be back tomorrow. So, with that being said, I'll catch you in the next one.